All right, y'all. I ain't gonna be on here long because I know I told y'all, as of now, I'm not making any more Kanika videos, and I have my reasons and as to why. For one, I feel like a lot of people was playing with that girl name, um, and it just don't make no sense. Okay, they playing with her death, they playing with her name. I feel like a lot of the YouTubers, not a lot, I'm not naming everybody, but some of them, I feel like they're closer to the situation and they know what happened to that girl and they know why it happened to that girl. And I feel like they're, making a mockery of what happened to this girl. But I want to give a shout out to We Trust TV only because out of all the YouTubers I've ever watched, maybe besides one, but he be doing some weird stuff, so I'm not even gonna mention his name because he do be on some weird stuff, and I don't know. Um, that said what he said tonight that made me feel like I wasn't crazy, and I was told a long time ago you could think and say and feel what you want to feel, but if more than one person that you have no connection to, if more than one person that you have nothing in common with come up with the same conclusion, then it's probably that conclusion and you're not crazy. And he spoke on it tonight and he said that girl was attacked in that room. And I've been saying it. I just couldn't say it. So I'm gonna tell y'all to go to We Trust TV. He can explain it to y'all better, way better than I can. But he just don't know how good he made me feel. Because I felt like I was crazy. I felt like I was the only one seeing with nobody else. I'm like, how can I see what I see? And I asked the people who's in my house before I even speak on it, do they see what they see? But then when we get on YouTube, everybody is avoiding what they see. You understand what I'm saying? But then they yelling justice for Kanika. This girl got into a fight. He specifically talked about that part with Tanasia and them coming out the bathroom. I was questioning at one point, was that really Tanasia? Because it's a glitch there. And it almost looks like the face changes, like it wasn't Tanasia, it was somebody else, and it hit her. And when Tanasia bent I said the same thing. It looked like that wasn't Tanasia, that was somebody else when she came back up. And he was explaining how it was done. And I said, when they was going to the back, if you slowed that video down, every move the girl that was supposed to be Kanika, because we really can't see her face because everybody's face is blurred. When she moved, the girl that was supposed to be Tanasia moved or was Tanasia. I'm not sure because if you go to his video, he can explain how the stuff was done. I've been said that. I said that everything you looking for is in Ty's live. Y'all looking at Irene's live now. Let's make this clear. I do not want to and want in any sense make put out there's something that this didn't happen to that girl that night in Irene's live. But what I also wanted to everybody to notice is everybody that kept saying that's Kanika talking, that's such and such talking. It was not Kanika talking. When somebody said, "Let me see that phone, man," that was Bree Bree that was asking for that phone. That was not Kanika asking for that phone. It was Bree Bree. We all been looking at this stuff for 3 years. You should know everybody's voice now. Go back and really listen to who asked for that phone. It was not Kanika. It was Bree Bree who asked for the phone. When it said, "Let me see the weed, bro," that was Monifa. I mean, not Monifa, Maya. Okay? Y'all really gotta listen. If you really pay attention in that video, you really don't hear Kanika but for 1 minute. And that's the only time when she says, "I'm not drunk." And you clearly hear Monifa say to her, "You need to enjoy yourself because you single." Now, that I'm gonna tell you that's why I never went with that. Oh, Rico had her set up and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna tell you why I never went with it because when it first came out, y'all said that was that girl's ex-boyfriend. So if that's that girl's ex-boyfriend and she got a whole nother boyfriend in jail, why y'all don't never talk about this whole new boyfriend? And why is Monifa on video saying you need to enjoy yourself? You single. All I'm gonna say is y'all need to go look at some of these videos with people. And you might need to search outside of her circle. You'll be surprised. Now, when you got certain YouTubers that say they thought that her mom was involved or whatever like that, because certain people who was clicked up with certain people shouldn't be clicked up with certain people. Oh, you see it. So that's why I feel like it could have been a setup, but then it could have been more on some female stuff. Females is jealous like that. And they get crazy over niggas. And I feel like it was some female stuff. Even down to the point of her being thrown in that freezer. It was over some female stuff. Because that's something cold a female would do. Now, I'm not saying that's how she got in there. I'm not saying that she didn't do, that they did that to her. But you're not going to tell me it wasn't no fighting up in that room. And like I said on my video, he's talking about the part where Ty and them was all by that door. I always knew something was off with that in the first place. And the more I kept looking at it, I saw exactly what he was explaining to me. And I know I'm not crazy. That's all I wanted to know, that I wasn't crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as what I'm saying, what made me think that there was a fight, like I said, when I went on somebody else's video who had the video from the very beginning, when she was trying to explain something else, you see Maya get punched in the face and go straight to the back on the bed. She was sitting on that bed and somebody punched her dead in her face. You saw somebody whip whop Donkey Kong Monifa right upside her head. You understand what I'm saying? I saw this. All you have to do is slow it down. And then you got to wonder why they never show that side, because that's where the fight kicked off. And when he said they just switched everything around to make it look a certain way, that's exactly what they did. And I tried to explain it, but I can't explain it the way he did. He explained it so clear and elegantly, I can't even, like, if that's what you knew you were seeing, but you didn't hear nobody talking about it, he just confirmed it. And there's no way. I don't know this man. I don't live in no Chicago. I don't know nothing about it. I'm just telling you what I saw. Okay. And I'm riding with him. If I'm gonna ride with anybody, now I don't know about the stabbing in the neck and the blood and all that, because I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? But I can tell you for a fact that I know it was fighting up in that room. I believe that the fight started in that room and it either ended in that hallway or ended downstairs in the hallway. And at the end of the day, or maybe outside the hotel, because people said it was fighting outside the hotel. I have no way to tell. There's no video, but I could believe it. I believe they was scrapping, and I believe that she got hurt during this fight. And I believe in the end, that the end result was her being put in that freezer. Now, I don't know if the hotel had parts in it. I believe they do. Believe me, I believe they do. And I still got my eye on that big Puerto Rican guy that was walking around all night, because there's just something about him and that guy with that red coat. It's something about them too that I can't shake. So I believe they was in on it as well. When they say it's all connected, I believe it's connected. I even said that when I first started making my video, it's all connected. You're not going to solve this girl case. But it was reasons why they kept putting those videos out. It was reasons why they put Ty live out. And it was a reason why they put Irene live out. Now, the way I'm looking at it is, if it wasn't all in one night, it was that girl had a hell of a week. Because what never sat right with me is that they said that this girl was raped. Right? Or they tried to run a train on her, or whatever they tried to do to her. The thing about that is, okay, if they did that, if that was done to her, why wouldn't her mama speak up on about it? Because they talking about something it didn't show. And like I said before, I've never known a bunch of thirsty, dry behind niggas who run a train on a chick leave no evidence. Never seen it, never heard of it. Now, if somebody went and got rid of that evidence and covered it up and hid it up, that's a possibility. Because I don't know no mama who thought that their daughter was murdered is going to sit on the fact that their child was gang raped. So I never spoke on that issue because I don't know how true that is. And I'm still highly doubting it. I think some of these theories was thrown out here to throw people off that what really went on up in that room. And they're trying to protect not the guys, but the girls. They don't want the girls going to jail. That's my honest opinion. It ain't about protecting them guys. It's about protecting them girls. You understand what I'm saying? And you know how females get, somebody was probably live shotting, knew that, it was some rumors out in the street about her and they dude or whatever, and she knew her dude. Somebody said her dude was up there. She probably came up there with a crew. You don't know how that went, but I'm telling you, they was fighting in that room. Monifa and Maya may not done what they said they done, or they could have, because I like the way what I caught. I can't tell if they was fighting Kanika or fighting other people, but I know they behinds, they got hit up in there. That's all I'm saying to you. And it never made no sense how Irene said she didn't mess with Monifa, but then you see Monifa and Irene in 3 different cuts all around each other. Even to the point where they got that short little snippet of Kanika supposed to be walking by with the alcohol and walking out with the alcohol. They're by each other. Then you got her and Bree didn't get along, but her and Bree sitting next to each other, kicking and cackling. Like I said, like they the best of friends. None of that ever made sense. So I just feel like it was some jealousy, some stupid stuff going on up there. And like I said in my last video, something bad went down to the point that Kanika didn't make it home that night. Now, if all that rape and all that stuff took place or whatever like that, them selling they behind and all that, that had to have happened before the fight. Or it could have happened vice versa after the fight. Because you got to remember in the beginning, you hear the guy in the background saying, I could telling somebody they could toss them around all night. And don't you want it all night? You know what I mean? Y'all don't remember this stuff? And you know what I mean? People who've been on there from the beginning, it's like I said, it's a lot of stuff that have been scrubbed. So when it's scrubbed like that, you're not gonna get all the facts. It's a lot of things in Irene's video in the background that has been scrubbed. And that's not no lie. You can hear somebody in the background talking about, shoot, I've been getting my ass whipped all my life and this, that, and the other. I know people who have been there from the beginning remember those phrases that was in those videos that are no longer there. And it was some other derogatory stuff that was being said by guys that was out of there. I just can't remember right this moment. But I'm quite sure if I go back and find one of my videos that I did, but probably didn't put up, I could bring it to you. But I'm not. But I just wanted to shout him out because I knew that I wasn't crazy and I know I was seeing what I was seeing. You understand what I'm saying? Now I don't know about the stabbing part because I can't see that. I don't know what he's talking about. I gotta go back and look at it. You know what I mean? But I know I saw the fight. So I want to know why they not talking about they such good friends. Why Irene ain't talking about that fight? And that's what I was trying to get to the last time because I wasn't very clear. I'm all over the place when I got a question that need to be answered. And my question is, if you saying Monifa went out this room with Kanika at 1 o'clock, if she went out the room with the girl at 1 o'clock and it came right back in not too long later talking about the girl was missing, you mean to tell me they went ahead and partied for 2 more hours knowing there was a fight there? Because if we're going by that video that Ty's live, you're in that room. So that means you saw the fight. Y'all saw this fight, which means none of y'all helped her. That's all I'm saying. None of y'all helped her. So at this point, I'm going to leave it alone. I just wanted to shout the brother out because I knew I wasn't the only one. And I'm quite sure it's other people who have seen that knows that too. And if y'all did, y'all need to speak up on it. Stop going down these little people walking through the hotel. If you notice and seen things that was in that video that was not right, y'all need to make videos up and start talking about it. Because otherwise, I feel like you're just trying to take it somewhere else when we seeing what we see. Believe half of what you hear and some of what you see. Is it what it say? That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm done. And hopefully one day the truth will come out what happened to that girl because she does deserve justice. But I'm not going to sit here and be a part of the fuckery. Excuse my French. And I'm not going to watch a bunch of fuckery. Because you got some people that have been on this case from the beginning of the year that been on that fuck shit from the beginning as well. But like I said, I'm not knocking if any other things happened to that girl. I just think she had a hell of a long weekend or night or something. That's all I'm saying. Peace out, Lady J.